Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another Axel 72 video. And in today's video, it's a pleasure to be joined by Evan Burgess. Evan, you're about to start your amateur career from a kickboxing background. How are you feeling?
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. I've worked hard. I've had a lot of experience sparring decent opponents, and I'm just ready to get going now.
And have you got any sort of kind of date as to when?
So the show is scheduled on October. I believe it's the 31st, so
Mhm,
on Halloween.
mhm.
It's not an official date yet, but it's definitely going to be October.
And why have you kind of chosen now to be the time to turn amateur?
Um, Dates back a few years ago. So at the start, obviously, I went to a kickboxing gym. It was a friend that recommended it to me, and just started fighting in different shows, K1 shows, and just decided that I was really good at kicking. So I decided that boxing might be a good sport, and it just kicked off from there.
And these K1 shows are shows in which plenty of great names have come from. And I
Yeah.
suppose have they gotten you used to the lights and getting in front of a decent crowd of people?
Yeah, I think that was like the main worry. I think obviously there were some shows where there were loads of people watching, especially Extreme Promotions. Don't know if you've heard of that before, Extreme Promotions.
No.
Nah. So it's quite a big show in Runcon,
Hmm.
and yeah, I think there was about 2,000 that showed up. There was a big crowd, and for a debut fight, that was pretty stressful, but I managed to contain myself pretty well, and I think obviously those experiences have made me much calmer in the ring as well.
And I suppose have you always, had this level of fan base, this level of support with what you're doing?
Nah, not at the start. Nah, literally just started from scratch. And then as the years went, more people started to show support, um, and it just kind of kicked off from there. Just started posting every day on social media, and everything has just kind of kicked off from there.
And I suppose you've built a decent following off of posting quite consistently. And so is this following something in which you're going to try and continue to grow? Are you really enjoying the social
Yeah.
media elements of it as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. I have a dream of being on Misfits.
Mhm.
That's like the ultimate goal. So I'm just trying to build my following up as much as possible. Trying to post daily, trying to post things that are relevant, and just trying to gain as much attention as possible. Trying to create as much noise as possible.
And I suppose as well as the PTs, in which I know that you do as well. And how's the
Yeah,
reception been since starting that?
it's been amazing. I've had loads of support. It's been
Mhm.
unreal. I've had loads of people coming up to me, praising my work. I've had many clients that want to work with me, so it's been a pleasure. Honestly, it's been a mad experience.
And kind of what motivated you to originally kind of have your transformation in which you've talked openly about?
Um, Dated back in year 10, so about 4 years ago now. I was about 15.
Mhm.
One of my friends, do you know Snapchat?
Mhm.
You would just, I don't know, you would just snap back in other people,
Mhm.
and then one of my friends took a picture of me and they sent it to me, just random. And I opened it and I just absolutely hated the way that I looked.
Right.
Um, just very underweight, no real muscle, and I just wanted to change that. Um, I was seeing people on social media; they looked amazing, and I was like, how can I make myself look that way?
Mhm.
Um, so it just, yeah, just started lifting weights in my bedroom, borrowed my uncle's old weights, and then when I had the courage to, I went to my local leisure centre gym, started training there for a few months, and then there was a new gym that opened in my area. Then I went there, and then that's when I started releasing content.
And what would be that bit of advice for, what you're touching upon then is something in which plenty of people deal with, and perhaps they don't have the confidence to do what you've done with training and building it up. And, going to the gym is something which you need that confidence for. And so, what advice would you give to somebody in that type of a position?
Just set your sight on something. That one thing that you really want to achieve, and just stay on your path and stay consistent. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a few months. It's going to take years, years of dedication, sacrifices. You're going to have to say no to certain plans, if you want to really make it to the top. And you just got to stay on your path and just not let anything put you off.
Is it difficult for yourself to be able to, you're a young guy, 19 years old. Is it difficult for you to be able to, sometimes avoid these distractions of going out and things like that?
It used to be, yeah, when I was in sixth form, when I was 18,
Mm-hmm.
17, 18, it used to be really hard. So obviously, like, there's loads of partying happening. But I think I've just gone to a stage now where I have my sights set on my goals, and I believe that nothing else is really important other than me reaching my full potential.
And you've spoke about Misfits, how one day you would love to be
Mm.
on one of their shows. I'm sure you've watched quite a few of their shows, and I'm sure you look at some of the fights and you think, I could easily take these type of guys.
Yeah, yeah, loads of them. I believe I could make a decent impact.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'll have to work hard and try and gain as much followers as possible to get noticed. But I believe I could put on a decent show.
Have you ever seen the shows in which are similar to the Misfits ones, but kind of for like smaller creators? Have they ever appealed to you?
Yeah, there was one Crypto Fight Night. Don't know if you heard of that.
Hmm.
It's a show in Dubai. I think it is. Yeah, Dubai, Riyadh. Yeah, you know, any type of similar shows, I'm ready for it, and I'm just desperate to make an impact and show people, what hard work can actually do. Because I was no one to begin with. To begin with, I was just literally just this skinny, nervous kid, basically, that really didn't have anything going for him. And I just wanted to make that change, and just goes to show, if you put your mind into something and you're obsessed with that, with reaching that goal, then absolutely anything can happen to you.
I completely agree, mate, and I appreciate your time. I'll leave with this final question, which I always like to ask. And is there anything you want to shout out or promote?
Um, I like to shout out Mold ABC,
Mhm.
Carnarvon ABC. They've helped me a lot. Want to shout out Osh Williams
Mhm.
for giving me the one-to-one lessons, sparring me and helping me throughout my whole camp.
Mhm.
And Michael Phillips.
Excellent. Well, like I say, thank you very much again, Evan, and I wish you the
Thank you very
best of
much.
luck. Hope everything goes all good, sorting everything for October time. And
Yeah,
yeah, hopefully we can see how things progress and maybe get another little chat going, maybe, a
yeah.
few fights in.
Thank you, mate. Means a lot, honestly. Thanks.